Hey, Punky. We're going to read a new book. We haven't read this one. You haven't let me read it to you yet. So we're going to read this one. Say hey to Scooter and Reagan. They're down here like they usually are. I'm sitting in our rocking chair. This book is called Where the Wild Things Are. Where the Wild Things Are. Look at that. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind and another. He's chasing the puppy dogs. His mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he went to bed without eating anything. Oh, he got sent to bed. That very night, in Max's room, a forest grew and grew and grew until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world around him. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat just for Max, and he sailed off through night and day, and in and out of weeks, and almost over a year, to where the wild things are. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars, and gnashed their terrible teeth, and rolled their terrible eyes, and showed their terrible claws. Till Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with a magic trick of staring into their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were all frightened, and they called him the most wild thing of all. Are you a wild thing, Sylvie? And made him the king of all the wild things. And Max cried. And now, Max cried, let the wild rumpus start. Rumpus, 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 rumpus. They're having a party. Look at that rumpus. They're swinging from trees. And they're dancing. Oh, they're having a good time. Now stop, said Max, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all the wild things, was lonely, and he wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Then all around, from far away, across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said no. The wild things roared their terrible roars, gnashed their terrible teeth, and rolled their terrible eyes, and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye. Wonder where he's going now. And sailed back over a year, and in and out of weeks, and through a day. And into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. Wonder where that supper came from. And it was still hot. Good night, my little wild thing. I love you. Sleep tight.